Have you ever wondered why the top 1% seem to keep getting richer, no matter what's happening in the economy? Why their money grows even when markets crash? Why they play by rules that seem invisible to the rest of us? It's not luck. It's not magic. And it's not always about working harder. The truth is, the 1% know things about money that most people were never taught. In this video, we're going to pull back the curtain and break down the mindset, strategies, and secrets that the wealthiest people use, and how you can start applying them in your own life. Let's talk about what the 1% know about money that you don't. 1. Money is a tool, not a goal. Most people grow up with the belief that money is the ultimate goal in life. We hear things like "I want to be rich" or "I just need more money" so often that it becomes the way we measure success. But the 1%, the people who have truly mastered wealth, see money completely differently. For them, money is not the goal. It's just a tool, a resource that they use to build the life they want. They don't chase money for status or comfort alone, they use it to buy freedom, time, security, and opportunity. When you start thinking of money as a tool, everything changes. Instead of asking, "How can I get more money?" you begin asking, "What can I do with the money I already have?" You start focusing on how to use money to generate more value, whether that's by investing it, starting a business, buying assets, or solving problems. This mindset shift is powerful. It moves you from being a spender to being a builder, from just surviving to designing your life with intention. The wealthy don't worship money. They put it to work. And that's the biggest difference. 2. Time is more valuable than money. While most people trade their time for money, the 1% do the opposite. They use their money to buy time. They understand that time is the most limited resource they have. You can always earn more money, but you can't get back lost time. That's why wealthy people focus on leverage. They delegate tasks, invest in systems, and build businesses that generate income without requiring their constant presence. Instead of hustling every hour of the day, they build machines that make money for them, even while they sleep. Time freedom, not just financial freedom, is their ultimate prize. 3. The power of ownership. Here's a secret the 1% live by: ownership is everything. The wealthy don't just work for money, they own the assets that produce money. Businesses, real estate, stocks, intellectual property, these are all things that generate income without needing hourly effort. While most people focus on earning a salary, the 1% focus on owning the source of income. That could be a company, a rental property, a piece of software, or shares in the stock market. If you want to build lasting wealth, you need to shift your focus from earning to owning. 4. They use debt differently. Most people fear debt. They see it as a burden, something to avoid at all costs. But the wealthy understand there are two kinds of debt: bad debt and good debt. Bad debt is the kind that keeps you poor: credit cards, car loans, and anything that doesn't generate income. Good debt, on the other hand, is used to buy assets that make money, like real estate investments or business financing. The 1% often use other people's money, through loans, investors, or leverage, to grow faster. They let their assets pay off the debt while keeping the cash flow. It's not about avoiding debt. It's about understanding how to use it wisely. 5. They think in decades, not days. While most people want quick results, instant profits, overnight success, the wealthy think long term. They build for the next 10, 20, even 50 years. They understand that real wealth comes from compound growth, something that takes time to build. That's why they're patient investors. They don't panic when markets dip. They don't chase fads. They stick to their plan. This long-term thinking allows them to stay calm in chaos and take advantage of opportunities that others are too impatient to see. 6. Money moves in silence. One thing the 1% rarely do is brag. Real wealth is often quiet. The loudest person in the room usually has the least money. The truly wealthy are strategic, private, and intentional. They don't flash every win. They build quietly, invest steadily, and avoid unnecessary attention. They know the real power is in stability, not in showing off. That's why you might never know who's truly wealthy. They're often the ones wearing regular clothes, driving used cars, and making quiet moves that lead to massive results over time. 7. They learn what schools don't teach. The average person learns how to be a good employee, follow instructions, do your work, earn a paycheck. But the wealthy learn something else: how money actually works. They study taxes, investing, business, risk management, and how to build assets. They read books. They hire coaches. They surround themselves with other people who are financially smart. Most schools don't teach these things, which is why financial literacy becomes a personal responsibility. The 1% take it seriously. They never stop learning, and they never assume they know it all. 8. They avoid lifestyle inflation. You've probably seen it before. Someone gets a raise, and suddenly they upgrade everything. A bigger house, a fancier car, more expensive habits. That's lifestyle inflation, and it's one of the biggest wealth killers. The 1% avoid this trap. Even as their income grows, they often keep their personal expenses low, so they can invest more. They live below their means, not to be cheap, but to have more capital to work with. It's not about depriving yourself, it's about choosing freedom over flexing. 9. They understand the power of networks. We've all heard it's not what you know, it's who you know, and there's truth to that. Wealthy people invest in relationships as much as they invest in businesses. They know that one conversation can lead to a deal, one connection can lead to a breakthrough, and one mentor can save them years of mistakes. That's why they go to conferences, join mastermind groups, and build relationships with other high-level thinkers. Your network can become your net worth, and the 1% treat it that way. 10. They focus on value, not just money. Here's the biggest mindset shift of all. The wealthy don't chase money, they create value. They solve problems. They serve people. They build things that make life better. When you focus on creating value, the money follows. It's a different mindset from just getting rich. It's about becoming the kind of person who can attract money through value, trust, and skill. The 1% understand that money is a reflection of the value you provide. So if you want to grow your income, focus on growing your impact. The truth is, the wealthy don't have some secret society. But they do have a different way of thinking. And the good news is, you can learn it. You can start shifting your mindset today. You can stop chasing and start building. You don't need to be born rich to think like the 1%. You just need to make a decision, to grow, to learn, and to see money differently than the average person. If this video opened your eyes, make sure to give it a like, subscribe for more real talk about money, and share it with someone who's ready to level up. In the comments, let us know, which of these lessons are you going to start applying first? Thanks for watching, and remember, wealth starts in the mind, long before it shows up in the bank.